Hello, welcome to Juniper Level Botanic Garden, the home of Plant Delights Nursery. There are a bunch of early blooming garden phlox. I tend to refer to most of them as phlox subulata, but there's a number of closely related native species. All the phlox except one are native to North America. And phlox subulata is probably the most common one in the nursery trade. They're really great early blooming plants, often starting by late winter and continuing into spring. Fairly long bloom period. And they're evergreen ground covers. They look a bit like a juniper when they're not blooming. Pleasant green foliage year round. And they're also valuable because this time of the year in very early spring, our tiger swallowtail butterflies are back. And they will, what I mean is the actual adult butterflies, not the caterpillars, are back. And they readily feed on phlox subulata. So it's fun to have something that not only is a delight to have visually in the garden, but is also attracting and nourishing the butterflies. Now, this is a new series of hybrid phlox subulata types. And, some people call them creeping phlox. There's an old southern common name for it that I've read about but never heard anyone use. Some people call them thrift, but there are other plants called thrift. But this is a series called Bedazzled. There's 3 colors in that series. They're fairly close in color. This one is Bedazzled Pink. We will see Bedazzled Lavender and Bedazzled Orchid. And this big mass is all the same. It's all pink. And they spread, they're not rampant. This was a planting of many plants, and I don't remember whether it was last spring or 2 springs ago. I dug up little pieces and plugged it in to make a bigger display of it. And the bedazzled, especially Bedazzled Lavender, it was blooming before our 2 snow events. When did we have those snow events? I think February or something, maybe January. And when the weather turned really cold, it looked a little bit bedraggled. But then when the weather let up a bit, it resumed blooming, and it just has been blooming for many months already. And I realized it went from bedraggled to bedazzled. But anyhow, I'm just going to find a little piece that we can spare and take it to meet its 2 cousins, Bedazzled Lavender and Bedazzled Orchid. This hosta, not looking very happy. I wonder if it didn't get protected when we had that late freeze about a month ago. Oh, I should have grabbed my spading fork, but this'll work. Okay, it's well loosened up. And I didn't introduce the tool. The tool is a weeding knife, and the original hori knife, a Japanese garden tool, has a wooden handle, but I like the ones with brightly colored handles because if I lose them, I can find them more readily. And most of my co-workers have orange-handled one, so I bought a pink-handled one for myself because when I lose it and someone finds it, I know that they have found mine because it's a pink one. That's a nice clump of soil, lots of roots, and we will go replant it. They're really forgiving plants, and their wild parents often grow on, dry roadsides out in full sun, and so they're very, very drought tolerant and very tolerant of this kind of transplanting. There's really no maintenance to do on the plant. The flowers disappear quite readily on their own. Something like dianthus look best if you trim the spent flowers off, but these just sort of are self-cleaning, which makes them really low maintenance plants. This is Bedazzled Lavender. It seems that it's fairly similar to Bedazzled Orchid. The flowers are a little bit smaller and they're more deeply notched. There is a native species of phlox that is used in creating these hybrids and perhaps was used to create these particular hybrids, but phlox bifida, which means, divided into two, and the petals, the 5 petals, are deeply notched, as you see. And this is the Bedazzled Orchid. See, the notch is much more shallow. The flowers are very similar in color. They're a little bit bigger on orchid than on lavender, but they're very, very similar. And we met Bedazzled Pink, and it's, again, well, this is the little clump of Bedazzled Pink we dug, and you see it is a different color, but they're all really good, really, really long blooming phlox, blooming for months, starting in mid to late winter and going into spring for us in zone 7, well, zone 8 nowadays. The phlox divaricata types, these spreading phlox, want good sun, more sun the better. Just average soil. They do not want a soggy soil, and they're very, very drought tolerant. Great plants for early color in the garden. Thank you for your time today, and I hope to see you in the garden.